let me give an example. I get up and in my morning musings, and we all muse and plan in our own way. And I'm going to be a little more emotional here. Who are two or three people today I can contact?
Mm.
And by the way, sometimes it's really stupid. I'll give an example. We have a service provider to our family who just built a new office, and I won't give any more detail. Well, guess what? There's no work. And so I got a hold of this service provider and said, how are you doing with your family and contact? And he said, fine, it's all great. And I said, would you be interested in our, by the way, this is going to sound arrogant. This is not a sense of arrogance, but it's just, this is the life I try to live every day. Would you be interested in getting us to prepay you for the next 2 years of service? Because I can imagine you may be in a cash flow problem. By the way, I'm not giving you a loan. I'm not giving you a free pass, but if you need some cash flow, we happen to be gracious enough. Somebody, by the way, did that for me in a crisis. And now I'm trying to reciprocate. And he was a little bit put off that I thought he was in that much trouble. But you know what? He wrote back and he said, Dave, what a generous gesture. I'm okay. And I wrote back and said, if you need it, you know, again, I'm not trying to get you to feel like you're needy, but we could prepay and then we'll, you know, just create a debit against it, figure out that blank accounting. I won't say that anymore. That's inappropriate. But anyway, so I'm curious.
The CEO in question, by the way, was very blunt. I mean, I'm you know, modifying it a little.
By the way, many of us want to know the company so we can invest. This sounds like a great CEO. So what are the routines you do that get you focused? I mean, we have to take care of ourselves. If we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of others. What are some things you do every day? I've just shared one and I'm a little embarrassed. I'm being vulnerable to put myself out there. Yeah. I think every day, who can I serve? And it may be a note, it may be a call. Well, you're thinking, I'll give one other example. In our community where we live, people are sheltering and they're nervous. So last Sunday, we bought 10 paper bags for lunch bags, and we bought rolls of toilet paper and a bottle of water. And we went around to 10 houses, knocked on the door, and we sang to them, "We wish you a happy Sunday." And we gave them the bag from the porch and said, "This is the most precious gift in the world." Where we are, there's no toilet paper anywhere.
Oh, wow.
We give this to you as a source of deep respect. And they 6 feet away, they opened them. "You gave me a roll of toilet paper?" I said, "Well, we were thinking of you in sacred places." And by the way, somebody 2 days ago brought the bag back with the empty holder and said, "Thank you." It was now, I mean, what a stupid thing to do. But in the middle of this pandemic that none of us have ever experienced, can we find ways to care for each other in a more personal way? I'd love to know what you do, Rita, because I think people need to see your brain. You got it. Your books are phenomenal. I hope we can also see your heart.
Oh, absolutely. So a couple of just stories, and then I'll get to the everyday. So there's a little bar, an Irish bar in New York, that my husband and I used to go to all the time when we were dating. And it's still there. And when we're in New York, we get the opportunity to pop in now and again. And it's one of our favorite places like on the planet. And I don't know why, but it popped into my head that, oh my God, this beloved little place, which is nothing fancy. I mean, it's just a small Irish pub. So I went to their website and I wrote to them and I said, look, you know, like you, we would be very happy to prepay for, you know, whatever. And you know, the next beer's on you, you know, that kind of thing. And I got a lovely note back saying, thank you so much. That means a lot to us. We really, really value that. What we've resolved to do is we're going to use this time when we're shut down. We're going to revamp the bathrooms. We're going to, you know, update some of the fixtures. We're going to take all the, you know, pictures off the walls and scrub and clean and, you know, do things that we've been kind of putting off for a while. And this gives us the opportunity to do that. And I think they own their own building. So they're not, you know, they're not in that kind of, I'd have to make rent phase. But I mean, that interchange was just so nice. And they were so appreciative that a customer had reached out. Second story is, so Nina McLemore is a designer in New York. This is one of her pieces. And, you know, nobody's buying anything. Nobody's buying clothes for work because nobody's going to work, you know. So, and so she's trying to, you know, keep things together. And in the midst of all that, she's taking her part of her production facilities, which are in the garment district in New York City, and she's actually converting her sewers and the people that, she's very committed to American labor and build, her clothes are all made in the United States. But she's taking part of that production facility, even as her business, is facing a real crisis, and converting it to the manufacture of medical supplies. And I mean, talk about being moved. I just thought that was amazing and wonderful of this, because she's not using it for PR purposes, but she believes it's the right thing to do. So I just think that kind of thing is wonderful.